Ever wondered which towns in Scotland you should never move to? Yeah, there are some places that might just make you rethink that dream move to the land of castles and views, because I'm about to talk about Scotland's 10 worst towns to live in. And trust me, some of these might surprise you and you should think twice about moving too. So let's get into 10 most troubling Scottish towns to avoid. Let's start with Greenock. It's a town that was once a major shipbuilding center, but now, well, it's a bit of a mess. You know how we all romanticize those old industrial towns? The ones with deep roots in industry and hard work? Greenock used to be the hub for shipbuilding, but today it's struggling. Greenock's high unemployment rate, sky-high crime rates, and drug issues are what most people talk about these days. The once bustling center? It now feels like a ghost town, with empty shops and boarded-up windows. It's cheap, sure, but with the price of living low, the quality of life isn't much better. The beauty of the River Clyde might catch your eye, but don't let that fool you. Next up, we have Cumbernauld. You might have heard that this town was supposed to be the future of Scotland when it was built in the 1950s. It was meant to be modern, efficient, and full of promise. But what we got is an industrial ghost town. The buildings are all concrete, and locals often joke that the layout was designed by someone who hated straight lines. The town is aging poorly, with underpasses and walkways that make it feel more like a post-apocalyptic film set. Some people say it's one of the ugliest places to live, and you can see why. Sure, it's close to Glasgow, but that doesn't make up for the lack of things to do and its crumbling infrastructure. Kilmarnock. Oh, Kilmarnock. This town is kind of like that old friend you once had great memories with, but now they've let themselves go a little. Once known for producing Johnny Walker whiskey and for being an engineering powerhouse, this town's glory days are long gone. The old stone buildings still stand, but the once thriving community now feels abandoned. Shops are closing down, and opportunities are slim. Locals have had to adjust, but the vibe of Kilmarnock is stuck in the past, and it's hard to see a future here. The beauty's still there, but you'll have to look really hard to find it among the cracks. Next, we've got Kirkcaldy, known for its long main street and its link to Adam Smith, the father of economics. Now, you'd think with that kind of legacy, this place would be booming, but the reality is far from it. The town has faced years of economic decline, and its high street is a shadow of its former self. You've got closed stores and a sense that the town just gave up. The rise in antisocial behavior and drug issues have made Kirkcaldy's streets unsafe after dark. Sure, you can find small independent cafes still running, but it's hard to shake the feeling that Kirkcaldy is a town stuck in limbo. There's potential, sure, but it feels like it's fading away more than it's coming back. Paisley is famous for its iconic Paisley pattern, but that doesn't seem to save the town from the struggles it's facing. Once the beating heart of Scotland's textile industry, Paisley now feels more like an afterthought. The crime rates here are above average, and residents have reported issues with drug abuse and vandalism. While the Gothic architecture and local festivals give it character, those moments don't cover up the town's issues. Paisley's been trying to make a comeback with regeneration projects, but for many, those changes just feel too slow. If you're looking for a town full of charm and energy, Paisley might not be it. Motherwell's industrial past is hard to ignore, and yet it feels like the town is caught between a glorious past and a stagnant present. The steelworks that once defined Motherwell's identity are gone, and with it, a lot of the town's spirit. Sure, the community is tight-knit, but the high unemployment rate and lack of opportunities have made it hard for locals to thrive. It's a town that's living in the shadows of its former greatness, but can't quite seem to shake it. It's cheap to live here, but that doesn't make up for the lack of things to do or jobs to be had. Irvine should be a dream. It's got beautiful sandy beaches, a marina, and stunning views across the Firth of Clyde. But behind that picture-perfect scenery, it's a town that feels like it's given up. Built quickly in the post-war era, Irvine has aged poorly, and its town center is a confusing mess of retail parks and concrete. There's potential, sure, but the lack of businesses and tourism makes it feel like a town stuck in the 1970s. And crime? Yeah, it's a problem here, too. If you're looking for a coastal town getaway, you might want to look elsewhere. Dundee's a tricky one. It's known for its museums and art galleries, and it's been branded as the City of Discovery. But let's be honest, there's a big gap between the shiny new developments and the city's real problems. Nearly a third of Dundee's population lives in poverty, and drug deaths are among the highest in Scotland. The city is battling deep-rooted issues that just won't go away, despite its potential for growth. But don't get me wrong, it's not a lost cause. Dundee is trying to reinvent itself, but it's going to take a lot more time and effort. Wishaw doesn't make it to the tourist brochures, and that's probably a good thing. With high crime rates, drug problems, and a failing economy, this town is a tough place to live. You'll find abandoned shops and an air of quiet frustration. Residents are tough. They're used to making do. But it's not a place that's going to make you feel optimistic about your future. Still, there's a strong sense of community, with neighbors looking out for one another. But the future? It's looking pretty bleak. At number 1, we have Falkirk. This town once thrived as an industrial powerhouse, but now it's struggling to find its way. The town center is eerily quiet with boarded-up shops and a growing sense of neglect. The Kelpies and the Falkirk Wheel might draw tourists in, but that doesn't make up for the rising crime and poverty in the area. The younger generation is leaving, and those who stay are just trying to survive. Falkirk's a town torn between what it was and what it could have been. If you're thinking of calling this place home, you might want to think again. So, there you have it. Move at your own risk, but who knows? Maybe one day they'll turn things around. Until then, I'd suggest you look elsewhere. Peace out.